At just 11 years old, Prince George boasts a staggering net worth and an influential future. From his unexpected fortune to the royal titles he'll one day inherit, George is destined for a life of wealth, responsibility, and influence in the royal family. Let's dive into the lavish world of Prince George. Prince George, the eldest son of Prince William and Catherine, the Prince, was born on July 22, 2013, at 1624 BST at St. Mary's Hospital in London. His birth came during the reign of his great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, making him the third in line to the British throne from the moment he arrived. The announcement of his birth was no ordinary one. The world first heard the news through an official press release, followed by the display of a traditional in front of Buckingham Palace, an age-old royal tradition. Across the UK and other Commonwealth nations, celebrations were held as newspapers proudly declared the birth of a future king. Just 2 days later, on July 24th, Prince George's full name was revealed to the world, George Alexander Louis. His arrival marked a historic moment. For the first time since Queen Victoria's era, 3 generations of direct heirs to the British throne were alive simultaneously: Prince George, his father William, and his grandfather Charles, the current king. On October 23, 2013, in a ceremony steeped in tradition, George was christened by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, at the Chapel Royal in St. James's Palace. After spending his first few months in Anglesey, Wales, Prince George and his family moved to Kensington Palace in 2014. It wasn't long before he embarked on his first royal tour in April of that year, joining his parents for a 3-week trip to New Zealand and Australia. Even though George only made 2 appearances, the BBC dubbed the 9-month-old future king as the star of the show. During the visit, then Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott predicted that one day George would be welcomed back as King of Australia. The Australian media even nicknamed him the Republican Slayer, as support for republicanism dropped to its lowest point in 35 years following the tour. In June 2015, George made his first public appearance on the balcony of Buckingham Palace during the Trooping the Colour parade. From 2015 to 2017, the family lived at Anmer Hall in Norfolk, where George attended West Acre Montessori School Nursery in January 2016. One of the most memorable moments from his early years was in April 2016, when George met then-President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. George greeted them wearing a white bathrobe, a charming and unexpected moment that led Obama to later joke that Prince George showed up to our meeting in his bathrobe, a clear breach of protocol. In September 2017, Prince George began primary school under the name George Cambridge at Thomas's School in Battersea. In 2022, his family moved to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor Home Park, and since September of that year, George, along with his siblings Charlotte and Louis, has attended Lambrook School, a prestigious preparatory school in Berkshire. In June 2022, George played a role in his great-grandmother Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, including the Trooping the Colour carriage procession. Later that year, with the passing of Queen Elizabeth on September 8th, George moved up to second in line to the throne, as his grandfather took the regnal name King Charles III. On May 6, 2023, George had the honor of serving as a page of honor at his grandfather's coronation. Occasionally, you'll see him and his siblings accompany their parents on royal engagements, official tours, and diplomatic visits preparing for the royal duties that lie ahead. Prince George's influence goes beyond his royal title. Clothing and products associated with him often sell out instantly, a phenomenon dubbed the Prince George effect. Despite his public appeal, Prince William and Catherine have been determined to protect George's privacy during his childhood. In August 2015, Kensington Palace issued a statement asking the global media to stop taking unauthorized photos of him. They emphasized that the paparazzi had crossed the line, using intrusive methods like surveillance and even involving children to get photos of George. Though the royal family works hard to shield George from unwanted media attention, he hasn't been immune to satire. In the British sketch show Newzoids, He was humorously portrayed as a rebellious, foul-mouthed character with a mischievous sense of humor. On a lighter note, George made a cameo in the 2016 children's book Winnie the Pooh Meets the Queen, where Piglet presents him with a red balloon to celebrate the 90th birthdays of Queen Elizabeth II and Winnie the Pooh. However, not all portrayals were well received. In 2021, the animated sitcom The Prince featured a fictionalized version of 8-year-old George, who constantly caused trouble for his family. The show faced criticism for satirizing royal children and was ultimately canceled in February 2022 after just one season. At just 11 years old, Prince George already has a mind-blowing net worth of around £2.9 billion, which is $3.6 billion. This incredible fortune is largely thanks to the vast land empire he was born into. Celebrating his 11th birthday on July 22nd, Prince George is second in line to the throne after his father, Prince William. But what really has royal watchers in awe is his wealth portfolio, which only continues to grow. One major contributor? The staggering 133,000 acres of land spread across 23 UK counties, valued at £0.83 billion, $1 billion back in 2019. And there's more. When the time comes, George will inherit the Duchy of Cornwall from his father, a property empire worth over £1 billion, generating an annual income of £21 million. This income not only supports the Prince of Wales and his family, but also fuels charitable efforts, raising over £100 million a year. Prince George may be young, but his future is already looking incredibly prosperous. According to the royal family's official website, the Duchy of Cornwall's income is used by the Prince of Wales to support himself, his children, and their families, as well as his philanthropic work. Importantly, Prince William voluntarily pays income tax on all revenue from the estate, showcasing the family's commitment to financial transparency. As the future heir, Prince George will one day benefit from not only the Duchy of Cornwall, but also the Duchy of Lancaster and the government's sovereign grant. But George's wealth isn't just tied to royal estates. His influence on consumer behavior, known as the royal effect, has further boosted his fortune. For example, a £9 t-shirt he wore at age 3 sold out almost immediately after public sightings. The future king may be young, but his financial impact is already massive. While Prince George's net worth is astounding, it's actually his younger sister, Princess Charlotte, who tops the list. With an estimated net worth of £3.9 billion, Charlotte's immense fortune is driven by her major influence on fashion and consumer trends. Everything she wears becomes an instant hit. Their younger brother, Prince Louis, may be the baby of the family, but he's no slouch when it comes to wealth. His net worth is estimated to be between £55 million and £98 million, proving that even at a young age, the royal children are mini-moguls in their own right. The next generation of royals is certainly set for a life of luxury. Prince George is set to inherit a range of prestigious titles, including Duke of Cornwall, Earl of Chester, and Duke of Rothesay. These titles will come with immense wealth and significant responsibilities within the British royal family. With a formidable fortune and an array of titles awaiting him, Prince George's future promises to be not only prosperous, but also deeply influential. His role in shaping the future of the monarchy will undoubtedly be one to watch. That is the end of our deep look into the life of Prince George. What are your thoughts about his lifestyle and the enormous wealth the prince owns at a young age? Comment your thoughts in the comments section below. Let's meet again with another interesting video.